Hello, welcome back. Danielle from Explore Yourself Natural. So today I wanted to talk about studio space or retail space. So I have been in business for almost 8 years. I have been full-time. This is my job full-time for like a year and a half, and I love it. I am currently still working out of my home and my business is taking my home over. So difficult part is like I can't leave work. I'm just here all the time. I'm at my home all the time. So my product's here, work's here. It's not like I can go to work and come home. So I have been looking for a studio space for some time now, and it's a lot harder than you think it is. And I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. I feel like with a lot of these like the YouTubers who do this for small businesses, you're either just like a homemaker or you already have a studio. So I kind of wanted to take everyone along with me while I'm trying to figure out really what the next step is for me. I have been in the process for the last couple months of looking at studio spaces, trying to find the right fit, and it's really, really hard as a small business to find a place that's in the right location, that's within your budget, and has everything you need. So being a small business maker and making product, I make all natural bath and body product, it's really hard to find the right fit, or I'll find something and it's like triple my budget. So I have been looking at a lot of micro studios, which is really cool. So I'm from New England, and all throughout New England, Mass and Rhode Island, there are a lot of old abandoned mills. And the towns have actually turned them into all different types of things. You have a lot of housing, micro studios, shops, like a lot of offices. They've really kind of like turned them around. So they do look like old and rundown on the outside, but on the inside, instead of it being this 60,000 square foot open space, they've cut them all down and made like micro studios into them. So you could get from like 150 to 600 square feet. So I've been looking at that, but a lot of the ones that I have found recently are in the next state over. So I'm right on the state line. They're about 25 minutes away, which doesn't seem like a long time, but I have children as well. I have an 18-year-old and an 8-year-old. So my 18-year-old has her own car. She can come and go as she pleases, but my 8-year-old still relies on me to drop her off at the bus stop and pick her up and do sports and all these other things. So to be a half an hour away isn't far, but it cuts my production time by a lot. So I can't leave to go to work until she gets picked up at the bus, which is 8. So I'd be driving in with all the commuters, 20 minutes away, which would take about a half an hour. You get there, you work, and then I would have to leave at about 2 o'clock to come home, commute back home, and then get her off the bus. So it really limits my time. And like I did say, I do want to be able to work and come home, but when it's that far away, it kind of limits me. So I did find a couple micro studios that were amazing. They were perfect. The price point was crazy cheap. Everything was included. So they'd be like 300 or 400 square feet. They're only asking like $1 a square foot, and everything's included. So heat, hot water, trash. You have a slop sink there for me to clean all my stuff out. But a lot of them, because these buildings are so old, don't have air conditioning. So that for me kind of stops right there. I just don't want to have to worry about the integrity of my product. Even though price point is so amazing, I keep running into the same thing. Or I'll find a studio space that does have the air conditioning, but the price point is just too high for me, or the location's just too far away. So I just keep hitting the same type of walls. I have looked into some retail space, but like I said, my price point is so low. Like I'm too nervous to spend too much money at this time with the economy the way it was. I think that if I was looking at this type of space 2 years ago, I would have been so much more prone to jumping in and taking that leap, as opposed to now. Like retail is still retail. Even though retail's not what it used to be, I still think people are still shopping in person. And that's okay with me. I would love to still have like a brick and mortar, but I don't think that I'm as open as I used to be for price point. Like I can't justify spending $2,000 a month on a retail space, utilizing it as studio space, but if I'm not getting that, customer walking in and I'm not getting those daily sales for in person and only still getting those online or local orders that I'd be getting if I was in my home or in a micro studio, I can't justify it. So I'm still teetering on how to move forward, when it's okay to take that leap, where's that line, you know what I mean? So it just keeps changing for me. And as I'm looking at these spaces, figuring what I do and don't like, where that flexibility comes in, it's just been difficult for me. Honestly, I still work from home and I do love the flexibility of it, but for my mental health, I think it's something that needs to happen down the road for me to be able to work out of the home. And unfortunately, building on my property, don't have enough property to build a she shed or a micro studio. It's just not in the cards, unfortunately. I do live in New England too, so heating and cooling, it's a must for me. And just finding that spot that like speaks to you and says like, this is your spot. I've been to so many like tours in the last couple weeks. I've been really pushing hard for this. I'm like, I'm gonna find it. I've been looking for months, but really touring a lot in the last couple weeks. And it's like, it's taken a toll. You find a place and you kind of get your heart set on it and you're like, okay, this is the space. I feel good. And then you go home and you look through the logistics and you're like, well, traffic's a half an hour there and a half an hour back. That's an hour out of my day plus gas. Like, is that something that is okay? Or do I spend an extra $100 or $200 a month because you're not using that time in commuting and gas and try to relocate closer to home? And it's just trying to figure out that perfect spot. I wish that I didn't have to be so picky, but I'm just going to keep repeating it with the economy the way it is. Like, I'm scared to take that next step. It's my livelihood, and taking what income I'm getting right now, which can sometimes be dicey, and investing it into, a space instead of putting it toward, the credit card bills I've accumulated for the company or paying a utility for my home is really, really scary. So I just really wanted to just talk about where I am right now, see if you yourself, if you're a maker, do you have a space in your home? Do you have a studio? Do you have retail? What do you have and what do you do with it? Like, how did you get there? What's your goals coming up if you don't have that space? Are you open to a retail store or a studio space, outside of your home? It's just such a crazy place to navigate in this day and time, and I just wanted to share my experience with you. I am going to put some footage for a couple spaces that I have been to in the last few weeks, so you can take a look, and I will be completely honest with you. I'll let you know the price points, size, that type of stuff, but I will not tell the location, just for privacy, essentially, for that company itself. And you can just kind of come along. So I'll probably do another video after this in a couple weeks and really let you know if I've decided to leap into a studio or a retail space, or if I'm just going to continue to work from home for a little bit longer until maybe the economy is settled down a little bit. I do film these sometimes a couple weeks in advance and then just kind of piece them together. So right now it's the middle of March and just everything is so up in the air. But I just wanted to share really my story and where I'm at. I just feel very much in limbo right now. Like, I'm ready to scale up, but I'm not at the same time. So I'm gonna insert the footage for you to take a look at, and then we'll come back, and I have a couple products that I want to show you from other small businesses that I have been loving.
Okay, so this is the first location. This is in an old mill. There are two options in this particular building. They are offering a 300 square foot micro studio and then a 350 square foot micro studio. And the 350 does have a locked door on it. The 300 does not. So this first space is the 300. It's 300 square feet. It is open above, so that was a concern of mine. Everything is included. There is no air conditioning in this particular one, and it's $300 a month. Up that ramp, there's a slop sink that I'm able to use, and I can access this building 24 hours a day. There's a little kitchen area. This is the 350 square foot for $350 per month. This is the one that I was interested in, but then I found out there was no air conditioner in this building, which was a downfall for me. So I loved that there were other makers here. I think he said there were 25 other artists in this part of the building, which I really liked. I got to meet a couple of them. Bathroom for everyone to use. There's a whole area of just basic office space. And then we're actually going to go on a tour of a couple other locations with a few other people. So this is a retail space, but there was no parking, so people would have to walk 3 blocks to get here, so it wasn't ideal. It was 800 square feet with no utilities included, and it was $700 a month. So price point was awesome, but there was no parking, and there was a flood in here previously. So I think he said there were like 6 inches of water at one point. It has been remediated, but it wasn't going to be the right fit, especially for soap. And the people I was touring with actually reserved that spot. So they'll be moving forward on this rental right here. But it is cute. Okay, this location is actually the largest. It's in a industrial area, so it was a little dicey going in. So this particular unit is 800 square feet, my apologies, with everything included, but there is no air conditioning in this one. And this was like early March, and it was about 85 degrees inside when we toured it. So I had major concerns about the summertime and how hot it would be in this particular area. Okay, and this is actually in the town that I live in. It is retail space. It's about 485 square feet, which is perfect. And they're asking $775 per month with utilities. This is the front door. There's a retail space to the right. I would be to the left. Location was amazing. It was on a main road. My concern was just more or less the price point and where I would clean my dishes.
Welcome back. Okay, so I just wanted to show a couple products that I have gotten recently from other small businesses. Some are local, but some are not. And the first thing I want to show you, I have two, but I can't find the other one. I got these, they're called Penergies. So cool. So they're these little pens, and as I break it, they actually have crystals inside of them. Like, how cool. Love. So the local crystal shop that I had done an event for probably like a month ago now, she has some amazing stuff. And I got a couple of these pens. Pens were a little pricier, but she does offer like ink refills. So the pen, I believe, was like $11. It's a really nice pen though. It's not super inky, which is perfect because I'm left-handed. And if I get a super inky pen, I just drag all the pen everywhere, or the ink everywhere, I should say. So unbelievable pen. So I got this one and I got a green one, but I can't find the green one anywhere. So there's green stones on the inside. So here we go. And I'll insert all the other pens that she has right now. The next product that I wanted to talk about is it's a YouTuber actually, and I've been following her for years and years and years. I really like her. She does a lot of, she follows she'll do like every couple weeks, she'll do like a full moon and a new moon. She'll talk about, you know, the planets themselves, where they're aligned, what to expect. And she's really cool. And she does like a handful of like meditations with each full and new moon. So she's amazing. Aura line is the line that she has, but I will put her YouTube link down below. And she's been selling merch for a little while now. And I've always been, you know, you just never know if it's really gonna be as good as you think. Like sometimes you'll see stuff and they'll show you like, oh, that looks like high quality, and it's not always. And people have been raving. I think this is her second or third year that she has come out with like a journal or a planner essentially. So I think she's at a journal, but I think she's put it all together in the last 2 years, and now she has like a planner. So it's an astrology planner. So in the planner itself, it just goes through what's in the planner. It goes over all of the holidays. It goes over all the full moons and new moons, which is so neat. It tells you where each moon is, what it's called, why it's called that. They have cycle trackers. She goes over each season itself, like the zodiac seasons, which is really nice, like a quick refresher for that month. It explains the moon cycles and, you know, how to utilize them the right way. And then every month you have a calendar, which is super convenient. So you have like a weekly calendar. Hang on, let me just show you. So you have a monthly calendar, weekly calendars, and then at the end of the month, whether it's a full moon or a new moon, she has like journal prompts for you. She has an area that you could write down your intentions, and they're all like perforated, so you can pull them out and do as you wish, whether it's throw them away or burn them or whatever. Absolutely amazing. So I just got this like a week or two ago, and I have been loving it, like loving it. I don't use it for like my to-dos, like I still have like a work to do one, but it's nice every morning you can just like put like a quick intention on like what you're thankful for, and then I keep like my monthly personal planner in here. So like soccer games, appointments, play dates, that type of stuff in here. So it's just really nice. It's compact. The quality is amazing. They're really thick pages. So I will add all her stuff below. And she's doing a sale right now. It's like buy a calendar, get a planner for free. So essentially it's like half off. So I got a planner and a really big calendar with shipping, and it was still under $40. So just you know, the planner alone, I would spend $40 on. Amazing, love it. I'll add her YouTube channel below. And then the next thing is I actually just picked them up today. I usually get new shirts the beginning of every season for my markets. And there's a local young lady, it's called Seasonupliftbyk. She promotes like mental well-being, essentially, is what she does. So she just made this for me. The color is perfect. Perfect for Spoil Yourself Natural. It's light, it's thin, it's oversized, which I like, so I can just like tuck it in when it's hot. You just put a tank under it and you're good to go. So it's like light and airy. The color is amazing, and the design, like spot on. Like you can't, the quality is amazing. So I will put her website below so you can check her out if you're looking for like your own personalization. So she customized these for me. And I've had stuff customized before. The quality and the price, amazing. Like I could probably spend the same at VistaPrint, but half the time, the stuff that I get from VistaPrint's incorrect. They printed it in the wrong spot. They put a sticker instead of the sublimation. Like it's a 50-50 shot with them when it comes to like their merchandise, like their, you know, hats and shirts and stuff like that. So I highly, highly, highly recommend Kayla's shop as well. But I just wanted to give you guys some info on some local makers that I have been loving. If there is a local maker near you or someone that you have recently purchased from and you love, put it down below and give us a link to their YouTube channel or your website so we can all take a look. All right, thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day. Until next time, bye-bye.